No weapon formed against you shall prosper. The enemy has tried to intimidate you, to make you shrink back, to keep you bound in worry and anxiety. But I came to tell you, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17 says, "No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord." Did you hear that? That's a promise straight from heaven. It doesn't say the weapons won't form. It doesn't say the attacks won't come. It says they won't prosper. Fear wants you to believe that every battle is the end of the road. Fear will whisper, "You're not strong enough. You're not qualified. You're all alone." But child of God, fear is a liar. Let me take you to the story of David and Goliath. David was just a young shepherd boy. He had no armor, no military training, no sword in his hand. But what he did have was faith in the living God. When Goliath, that giant of fear, stood before him, towering, intimidating, breathing threats, every warrior in Israel ran. They were paralyzed by fear. But David didn't run. He stood up and said, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." Did you catch that? David didn't deny the battle. He didn't pretend Goliath wasn't standing there, but he refused to be intimidated. Some of you have a Goliath in your life right now. Maybe it's the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, the fear of stepping out into what God has called you to do. And the enemy keeps shouting, "You can't do it. You're not good enough. You'll never win this fight." But let me tell you, it's not about the size of your enemy. It's about the size of your God. Fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real. It's a shadow that looms larger than life. But 2 Timothy 1:7 tells us, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." That means fear is not from God. Fear is an intruder. And when the enemy tries to plant fear in your heart, you have to stand up like David and say, "I will not be afraid. My God is greater." Romans 8:31 reminds us, if God is for us, who can be against us? Think about that. If the King of Kings, the Creator of heaven and earth, is on your side, what could possibly stand against you? You may be walking through a valley right now, feeling surrounded by darkness. But let me remind you of Psalm 23, verse 4. "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me." Did you catch that? I walk through the valley. That means I'm not staying here. I'm not camping out in fear. I'm passing through. Some of you need to get up today and start walking. You've been sitting in fear long enough. You've been stuck in doubt long enough. It's time to move forward because God has already given you the victory. Just like David, you don't need to wait until you feel stronger. You don't need to wait until all the fear is gone. Step forward in faith and watch God do what only He can do. I want to declare over you today, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Fear has no power over you. You are more than a conqueror. God is fighting for you, and you will win this battle. So stand strong, lift your head, walk in confidence, because the God who brought David through, the God who parted the Red Sea, the God who raised Jesus from the dead, that same God is with you.